life is filled with opportunity, and a bucket list is something that symbolizes those that you missed. A list that goes through all of the things that one wanted to do throughout life, however, never got the chance to. Although this is a dismal way to start a speech about the excitement behind a bucket list, it's important to realize the reality of them. Now that that's out of the way, let us dive into what makes these lists of desire truly great. Bucket lists are not just lists of things that a person didn't get to do throughout their lifetime. It's a collection of activities that a person wishes to do before they kick the bucket, or in other words, leave this planet. This is where a bucket list can be a positive thing for people in that it provides a degree of purpose in life. A list of literal things to do before a person dies. This seems as though it would be really easy to come up with, and it is. However, what separates any old bucket list from a proper one is the list's ability to cover a variety of social aspects. These include, but are not limited to, experimental activities involving real life experiences, athletic activities related to sports and fitness, and my absolute favorite, traveling. A plethora of things can fall under these categories. However, to make a bucket list as sophisticated as this one requires a full understanding and appreciation for the concept. Through my extensive research and creation of my own bucket list, I will be able to efficiently inform you of the benefits surrounding creating one. Bucket lists are a good idea to try out because of the reasons why they exist in the first place. The benefits of creating them can provide for businesses and known psychological benefits. Bucket lists are intended for those who may have a limited of time of life left to live and to experience. It's a symbol of the things that they wish to accomplish with the time they have left on this planet. To understand why they exist, we must first understand what a bucket list exactly is. According to an article, titled Our Bucket List Good For You by Edward Duncan on Newsweek.com, bucket lists are basically inventories of the things you want to do before you die. If this is what a bucket list were truly intended for, then it would be reasonable to assume that a bucket list is not all about the actual activities that are on the list, but the principles of fulfillment that surround the idea of creating the list instead. According to the same article on Newsweek.com, Edward Duncan suggests that the real worth of a bucket list is not the activities, but the values and motivations that lie behind them. This would make it sense for a person who is on a limited timeline and gives motivation and gives reason for why these lists exist in the first place. The world of business has a lot of room for growth and innovation in terms of finding success. To find a new way to succeed, CEOs and business owners are turning to more unique and unorthodox ways to do so. Although bucket lists were first developed around negative connotation of death and not being able to live out all of life's desires, bucket lists can be used as a positive thing in a corporate setting. The idea of creating a list of desires allows one to be able to get used to making their own decisions rather than being indecisive. According to an article from Forbes, The Benefits of Bucket Lists by Sean Ogle, writing down all things that you want to do in life allows you to give yourself some reason to change your life for the better. By writing these things out explicitly, one can see and read aloud all of their goals in life. This is a vital skill to have in business, as thoughts and motivations are keys to success in any aspect of business. Although another way of that bucket lists are specifically helping the business world is with entrepreneurs specifically. According to the same article from Forbes, rising entrepreneurs who are unsure of what they want to do in life could benefit from writing out their desires. Along with seeing how these lists can help our businesses, there is a scientific reason for why this is the case. Those who are creating bucket lists are listing out their life's desires and going to be more inclined to accomplish these goals. Much like the ways bucket lists in the business world allow people to set goals efficiently, psychologists are claiming that there is actually a benefit from listing out our goals from a psychology standpoint. According to the article from Psychology Today, written by Dr. Christopher Peterson, bucket lists embody what psychologists have learned about goal setting. This includes being able to be motivated by the goals you set and being able to carry them out. The concept does a lot more than provide an individual with a source of motivation. A bucket list allows one to put their life into perspective and allows those who are losing hope to regain it, even though it may be only a slight amount. The psychological benefits contribute to the bucket list effectiveness and necessity in today's world. Bucket lists are worth the time and effort to create because the values that they were created on are for the benefit of humankind. They possess benefits that extend to corporate world and they serve benefit to people on a psychological manner. The ideals typically surrounding the bucket list are indeed negative because they have to do with dying. Also, it is important to note that the bucket list can create a sense of false hope for those who are trying to desperately find hope again in their lives. However, the bucket list can be used in a variety of ways that have been proven to be a positive thing for mankind, both psychologically and economically. Bucket lists serve a variety of purpose in terms of goal setting and hope saving. However, viewing the concept as a whole, it is important to see it as a truly positive tool that should be used more often than not. By now, I hope that you have a better understanding and overall newfound appreciation for bucket lists. Thank you.